Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trails into Reverie. Hope you're having a good day today. Let's just get this out of the way real quick. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and all that. And if you're watching this on Twitch, hit me up with a follow. If you're already following, I appreciate the support. But if you wouldn't mind going to my YouTube channel, hitting the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. So now let's get going. The commotion in the city is starting to calm down to a degree. Garcia also helped us recover all the remaining Zalvar soldiers and transport them to the Geofront. The remaining members of the Ebon Defense Force are all willingly surrendered themselves too. As for Ilya Platier, she's been taken to the hospital. She's exhausted, but no danger. Thank Adios for that. She's in good hands with Dr. Salem. Speaking of the doctor, sounds like Marielle's surgery was a success. It's a shame I can't see her yet, but at least I know she's alright. You will soon. For now, we'll need to decide on our next move. Who knew something like that would show up on Lake Elm? The retributive tower. We've already seen it's capable enough to annihilate something the size of Juno Naval Fortress in an instant. From what I can see, it powers itself through the spirit veins. This energy is amplified and reflected by the combat shell satellites in the sky, which then direct them toward the desired target. The technology to fire the beam of its strength with such precise accuracy just doesn't exist in the Empire. But Elysium can realize it. I thought so. The fortress's troops were stationed elsewhere at the time of the attack, so by the grace of the gods, no lives were lost. I'm more ashamed my old castle could fall so easily. I don't think any fortress could have withstood a blast like that. The aim was to show the monster's capabilities, and it served its purpose well. You need only look at our neighbors' reactions to see that, particularly Calvert's. Indeed. You talked to their new president just earlier, didn't you, sir? I did, yes.
It feels like just yesterday that we were gathered to affirm Crossbell's independence. The speed with which you liberated your city was nothing short of astonishing. The many hardships that Crossbellans have endured have molded them into a most hardy people indeed.
We are hardly worthy of such praise. I truly regret that we've been unable to bring this crisis to a conclusion faster, Mr. President.
But it is good to have this line of communication open to us again. Now, I believe it would be wise to discuss how to address that new weapon of mass destruction that...
As it happens, we have already begun preparing our response. We have readied enough troops to dwarf even our great numbers from the war.
I see.
Surely you are aware of the extremely delicate position Crossbell finds itself in at present. If Erebonia, or even Calvert, were to try and intervene with force, well...
I am indeed aware. But how else is a head of state to respond when his territory is threatened?
The tower shall next rain judgment on the Calvert Republic's Baratier airbase. Its divine lightning will spare not one thing as it turns its frame to dust. You have until 5 o'clock this evening to reconsider your stance. I do hope you make the right decision.
Our military's general headquarters will be the next target if we do not act. We have no choice. I'm quite surprised as how much Erebonia is dragging its heels in light of the losses it has recently suffered.
I deeply regret the position your country has been placed in after a problem that erupted within our borders. But could you not give us a little more time to resolve this on our own? I assure you that we are not sitting idly by while your nation is threatened.
And I believe you. I have it on good authority that many capable hands have gathered in Crossbell. But I would like to make our stance crystal clear. Refusing our gracious offer of support means you have also forfeited support from the Imperial Army. And given what is at stake, the deadline draws dangerously close. We will take action as we see fit.
President Gramhart, sir.
Yes, I fully understand that.
And all is well. The Republican Army stands ready to aid you, should you require it. I hope you will make the correct choice, and sooner rather than later.
The rumors about him weren't an exaggeration, at least. If anything, they didn't exaggerate enough. I've heard his actions since the war have made him very popular in the Republic. Until now, we feared that Calvert would use the Supreme Leader as an excuse to invade, but the Tower changed everything. They know as little about it as we do, so of course they would be hesitant about approaching it. Well, it's the right move. Playing this card is no downsides for them. I don't doubt that as soon as they have a grasp on the situation, they'll use it as an excuse to intervene and claim Crossbell as their own. I fear Merrily Asher made a request both the Republic and Empire's aid after all. No, oh grandfather. The lives of the entire continent are on the line. We don't have much choice. But doing so would cement Crossbell's status as a country unable to handle a crisis within its own borders. It'd kill its chance of re-independence for good. It's almost an impossible choice to make. Knowing where the next target will be works to the Republic's advantage as well. As does knowing, while it's an important military base, it can be rebuilt with ease, unlike Juno. The deadline also is generous enough to give time to evacuate civilians in the vicinity of the blast. I'm sure preparations are already underway. All that to say that even if the worst should happen, Calvert will still walk away with minimal damage at most. Lucky sons of bitches. And here we were thinking things would get easier after the sly old fox they had before 23 was out of the picture. The delay could still work in our favor. It might mean we've bought enough time to take care of the tower ourselves. It'd take half a day or more. Or nothing at all. I wouldn't bust out the champagne over that just yet. Agreed. There are reports that there are far fewer Zalba soldiers stationed in the city now compared to when it was first occupied, and there's only one other place they'd be. So the bulk of them are defending the tower then. Maybe they figured the city would be liberated again from the start? Surely not. Actually, after all that's happened so far, anything's possible. I'd lean toward it. Personally, Artful's real goal was unveiling this giant weapon all along. But at this point, who really is our foe? It doesn't sound as though Elysium itself has a will of its own. That's right, it needs an administrator. The answer is whoever ousted me from that position and took it for themselves. That all this continued unabated even after the Supreme Leader's demise suggests it wasn't him. It would have been the most obvious answer. Our options otherwise are very few. I'll be honest, I'm not sure this is something Calvert and Erebonia's armies can solve. I don't think so either. The tower is capable of more destruction than even the past wars if left unchecked.
I won't let that happen. Maybe whoever this is really thinks they're on some noble pursuit to bring eternal peace. But if you have to hold the entire continent hostage to maintain it, then how the hell is that true peace? How is that going to unite us? We've worked too hard for this. I won't let this vice grip they think they have stop us from crossing the finish line.
Well said.
That's our Yuna.
You took the words right out of my mouth. We stood up when knocked down 100 times. This is just 101. Because no matter how high the barrier, it'll never be enough to stop us.
He said the thing.
Right. And all of us from Thor's will be right there to help you get over it. No, it's not just for you. I want things to go back to normal for myself just as much. I want to see a brighter tomorrow. And I want to see it together with the people I care about.
Green.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about you. No, it was funny how they shoehorned her in, and she's supposed to be the main love interest, but like there are way more interesting females than her in this game.
Yeah, we're right there with you.
Liberal's here to support you all we can too.
Crossbell and Erebonia are neighbors, yes. But it's more that we've overcome enough as a team that we would never back out now.
And a little bit of trivia, like, it was supposed to be Emma, but then they changed it at the last minute, because you could tell, like, in the Cold Steel series, like, how, like, she was talking about how, like, she was supposed to be his guardian, whatever, and, like, she was supposed to be, like, the quote-unquote main love interest before they changed it to Elisa. Even though they give you a choice, but she was supposed to be the one.
Yeah, teamwork's made the dream work enough times before, so why wouldn't we help?
We, of course, are also here for you.
Damn, do you guys love these cute speeches. I'd bust one out too if I had one to give.
Yet for all we have on our side, there are still limits to what we can do. The real key to our success is her.
True. As long as Elysium plays such a large role, its former administrator is going to make or break this.
She's the best. Perhaps the only hope we have of seeing tomorrow.
Your name is Lapis, right? I hate to put this kind of pressure on you, but we're absolutely going to need you in this upcoming operation. Will you help us?
No.
What?
I said I'm not helping you.
You did not just say no.
Read the room, Lapis.
That's how our girl is. She doesn't let anyone push her into doing what she doesn't want to.
It's not like we're bossing her around over something trivial.
She can't go, screw you guys, I'm out of here when the stakes are this damn high.
Are you saying no because you only want to help your friends?
No. I'd say the same thing to them. I'm not helping anyone. Because I'm the one who needs help. Elysium is at the center of everything that's plaguing the continent. That means, as its former administrator, I have a duty to set things right. I wish to make this very clear. This isn't your problem that I'm saving. This is my problem that you're saving. So please, I need you to help me. Way to turn it around, LP.
She is technically correct.
Does that technically matter?
Yes, it's a very important distinction.
He's more of a character than you led me to believe, Ian. Believe me, I'm just surprised at how much he's grown. Our friends have no doubt played a vital part in that. Can't argue with that logic. The distinction works in our favor, too. We're here as friends, but as Erebonians, we can't officially interfere in Crossbell's affairs at the moment. I'm sure that was at the back of some of our minds when we agreed to step in. It was, but we're past the point where we can claim this only involves Crossbell. All our lives are at risk here. We want to help, but even if we didn't want to, this affects us as much as it does Crossbell. Crossbell, Erebonia, Liberal, it's everyone's problem across all the map. That's a lot of people when you think about it. Yeah, but all across the map's right. And we'll need everyone we can to help Lapis and overcome this. Estelle and Joshua never turned away a helping hand when they needed it. Thors never turned them away either. Nor did the SSS. And we won't turn them away now. Exactly. What just happened? Are you ignoring me? No, you've helped everyone feel like a team, that's all. Good girl, I'm so proud of you. I don't get why. I'd like to turn our discussion to what our present objective should be. Lapis, how exactly should we go about stopping the tower? Well, Lycia came to be through the orbital network and spirit veins. It existed in an entirely intangible state, so retaking control over it would normally be impossible. Right now, though, it exists in a physical form through the tower's central terminal. That much is very clear to me, that the signal jamming is gone. In other words, right now we have a chance. Does this form make it possible for you to reinstate yourself as administrator? As long as we can reach the tower central, and I mean tower center, and I can wire myself directly to it, yes. If we do that, both the tower and the divine lightning should cease to function. Then we have our mission. One that's a lot easier said than done. The Zawa soldats are going to be difficult enough to pass, and then the tower itself is built like a fortress. It's also worth noting that it's being protected by some sort of barrier while it draws in new energy. The barrier's mod is so dense that I doubt even railway guns could break it. Is that durable? I feared it would be something like that. Before we can even think about teleporting inside, we need to take care of that barrier. We don't have anything stronger than railway guns and crossbows, so even if they aren't up to the task, let's not forget that the tower sits over a lake. We have one Makaba hidden and ready for use, but it isn't going to be easy to get to as the Azure Tree was. Now with our enemy being armed to the teeth. My Makaba is undergoing repairs in Erebonia with the Courageous too, so that one's out. We could have taken care of it if we had our Divine Knights, but unfortunately we're going to be facing one instead of on top of everything else. Yeah, there's got to be something we could do though.
And that something lies with me.
Oliver, Angie, George. Wait, Vita? Good to see you as always, Emma. Of course she decides to swoop in right as you're discussing how to overcome a new overpowering weapon. You don't always have to make a show of coming to save the day, Vita. Oh, because you've never done it 1,000 times yourself, grandmother. I just couldn't afford to stay away knowing society, the professor, is mainly involved. If the rest of Thors is getting in on protecting the beautiful ladies of Zemuria from this new threat, then how could I skip out? If I get in on this action, I might get in on that action, if you know what I mean. If only we didn't. You look well, Crow. Same to you guys. I thought you were still in Arteria, Father Thomas. Must mean our ever-reluctant superiors realize they can't leave this a chance. That would be correct, even if they can't ignore the broadcast so damning. I see the SSS is very busy. Hopefully I can give congrats once I'm back in Crossbell. Hold on to the congrats. Our work's not done yet. You've been conducting an independent investigation in the Empire from what I've heard. At the request of none other than the Prince himself. We may be unable to mobilize the Imperial Army, but there is a way to catch the enemy unawares, even if it involves the element of luck. If it works, however, you'll be able to get inside the tower. Really? What's the way then? Please, my dear, and spoil the surprise. That, and I rather don't think we can afford to be too cautious with Elysium. That's smart of you. We can't rule out them being able to listen in on us somehow. What a horrific possibility. Well, shall we get to work on our operation? If you're willing to support me in that endeavor, of course, Commander Belts and Toa. I'd never turn that down. Until we have until it hits 1700 hours to pull this off, so time is of the essence. Let's begin at once. Prince Oliver, Commander Belts, and Toa began ironing out the details on how to enter the tower. The assault team, comprised of the SSS Class 7 and Rufus's party, let them prepare for this grand battle. They agreed that the best use of their time would be to rest and recharge while touring the newly liberated Crossbell. This is going to be our last chance to prepare. We've got less than half a day left, so there's only going to be so much that we can do. The bulk of responsibility right now is with the commander and the others who are formulating a plan either way. Yeah, but we're still responsible for preparing for fighting we're going to be doing once we're in the tower. Indeed, I would like to tour the region and see how everyone is doing while we can, too. The bikes that Lisa got her hands on from the Reinford company should help us there. I'll explain the basics of riding them later on. Thanks. How long have you been carrying those glasses around, by the way? Yeah, I thought my master would draw too much attention while I'm walking around the city. This guy plans for everything. Shall we meet again here, just before the operation is scheduled to begin then? Do all that you want to now so that you may face what comes next without regrets. Huh? Makes sense, I guess. We shouldn't get too friendly with them. Wait, Lord Rufus. Can I help you, Detective? You certainly look like you have something to say. Oh, I do. Thinking about it, this is our first time speaking since the Pantagruel before the war. Now that you mention it.
Think of it as my personal apology to you for Operation Birdcage. We will be recalling our troops from Michelin as well. Why don't you enjoy yourselves there one last time?
I'd like to thank you for the consideration, though not half as much as I'd like to deck you in the face.
If you're hoping to try and make good on what you said, then I would not be opposed to humoring you. But I would have thought there were better ways to use what precious little time we have left to us. I happen to agree. That's why I think it would be fruitful for you to travel on Crossbell with us. It's not possible to change the past, but during the upcoming operation, we'll be fighting on the same team. The more time we spend preparing together, the easier I think we'll find it to back up one another when things get dicey. What do you say? Lloyd. We share Lloyd's view on the matter. I can't deny that there's bad blood between us, but the stakes are too damn high here to be petty. Far from me to second guess our leader. That's Lloyd for you, always looking at the big picture. You gotta hand it to the guy. We'd like to come along too. The rest of my classmates have their own preparations to make, so they won't be joining us, but we'll have to learn as much as we can in their place. We'll be going around separately until now, so we'll need to see how everyone else fights. But even putting all that aside, there's something I want you to see. I want you to see the strength of Crossbell's people. I want you to witness how even in times as hopeless as these, we never give up. We got some chutzpah. Very well, I see no reason to refuse. Yay, we get to hang out with RX again. Who's RX? Risha, maybe? I didn't know you knew them. It's a funny story. We met not that long ago. Part of a secret assassins club. What? Like we needed any more crazy kids?
Yes? I'm all ears if there's something you want to say.
Your name is Lloyd Bannings, right? I think it was you after all. Who was what?
Did he do something?
I performed one last prediction of the future, just before control of Elysium was stolen from me. And that briefly showed me someone who I think was you.
Wait.
Is something going to happen to him? Please, don't worry. I didn't see a vision of him dying or anything. What I saw was very fragmented. So I can't be sure exactly what it meant. But I feel as though it was telling me that you are the only one capable of unraveling the truth behind all of this.
Me?
Yes. You are the only one who fulfills all of the conditions. But all I saw was this possible future's conclusion. I didn't see what steps would lead up to making it happen.
Sure wish we had a few more details to go on.
But that's a hard story to ignore given Elysium's ability to predict the future.
Okay. I'll keep what you said in mind. Thanks for telling me, Lapis. I'm sure we'll need all the help you can give once this whole thing kicks off, too.
I thought I told you that this is my problem that you're saving? You're helping me.
So you did.
Shall we set off then? Once the preparations are complete, we need to assemble on the tower's rooftop. So let's make sure when we do, we're heading out with no regrets. Right. About the final preparation period. At this time, you can explore the entirety of Crossville with certain party members. Those not in your party will remain in town, so you're welcome to seek them out for a chat. Unlike when traveling in town with a limited party, all party members can be used when on highways or in dungeons. Open the party menu upon venturing into the highway or entering a dungeon to choose your active party members. Let's see, who can I replace? Now, at this point in the game, there are certain places that you need to go to see scenes to get a special scene with Lloyd in the ending where he figures everything out and tells everybody, yeah, I'm the best. But I can't remember. I remember one of them, but I don't remember the other one, so I'm just going to look around for them. Let's see. Oh, great. I'm not looking to fight anyway, so... Oh, it's you guys. Hey, I'm so glad you're alright. Good to see you're well, too. Just thought we'd stop by. Wild, Rosaline, how are things going over here? Not bad. The pros finished their analysis not long ago. Really? It was a simple task. Especially given that most of the device's capabilities have already been demonstrated to us. Though in fact, that device is capable of so much exists at all is something I did not expect. That says a lot in itself coming from you. You mentioned this device was responsible for the Retributive Tower's active camouflage, right? But it's not the same as stealth technology used to hide the Courageous 2 in Nord. Oh, this goes well beyond just camouflage. This device does much more than that. For one, it's capable of noise cancellation to a degree that would, and did, allow weapons of that size to be built in secret. It even made use of orbital network and communications equipment to alter bolt routes to keep them away from it. Is that even possible? I'd wondered how it was made without anyone realizing, but I suppose we now have our answer. Was the Serranor's seashell part of this? For certain, though it was only the final piece in a complex arrangement. The false divine blade of wind that appeared in Nord was also controlled from here, it seems. That wasn't all the way from Crossbell? Is there anything our enemy can't do at this point? Sheesh. I can understand how that artifact would enable such a thing in theory, but it's still hard to believe. Yeah, we're talking about something on a much bigger scale than a round of 7. But all this makes it sound key to our enemy's plans. Why was it just left here? Maybe they don't need it anymore now that the retributive tower's finished? Shame we couldn't ask them in person asked the person we fought here that question. Agreed. News of Elysium has thrown Arteria into an uproar too. No doubt, none of the singularity stuff fits into our holy text at all. But you can't exactly file it under the category of an unexpected miracle like the Salt Pail or McBurn either. There's no place for vague words like miracle when talking about a singularity. We're talking about a technological feat that has always been possible for humanity to achieve. That is, save the part about it having never before documented capacity to calculate the very future. The predictive conditional convergence calculations that we were told about, where you can calculate the odds of potential outcomes based on the variables you define. Are there even any limits on what you could do with something like that? I'd say no. Providing you know what you want to achieve, you can explore every possibility and option for getting there. If you had to choose between two options, you can calculate the possible future for both and reject the one with the worst outcome. Multiply that by an infinite number of choices of potential futures, and you have an idea what Elysium can do. It truly boggles the mind. Calculating possibilities to avoid the worst, huh? That description made me think of Muse's ability a little. That mixed with Arendelle's super instincts? I wish. I've got nothing on that kind of stuff she's describing. At this point, it's generally believable that every decision we have made has been exactly in line with the culprit's projections. That's so crazy. That leaves the question of exactly what future they're trying to bring about. Whatever it is, I can't see it being a bright one of... If a super weapon like the retributive tower is the key piece of the puzzle, we can't let this come to pass. Right, we're not letting some AI decide what our future is. You took the words right out of my mouth. Sounds like Yona and the professor are helping with what Prince Oliver is planning too. We can do this, I know we can. You guys aren't going to believe the surprises we got in store for you. When artificial intelligence reaches the point humanity's value will be put to the test. Those are Epstein's words when he predicted the existence of a technological singularity. If you want to prove there's still a place for us in this new future, you'd better sprint ahead full bore and prove it. You can count on that. I'm just gonna do all of them, but I'm gonna see if I can find the other one. Because some of them I think are just like bosses or whatever. I can't remember, it's been a while since I played this game. So I think I had to go back to the Geofront. We should be able to use the bike here. Yeah, I'll teach anyone who doesn't know how to ride, so just let me know if you want to try. You can now ride the oval bike on the main road.
You can get a real clear view of the tower from here.
Inside there is Elysium after being taken over.
And who took it over, I'm sure.
Surely we have better things to do than stand here and admire the grim view, yes?
You're right. Let's keep up with preparations. time to ride.
What a sweet little village! The kind of place I'd love to settle down and live in with you, S.
Same. Who knows when that'll be, though?
What are you, retired? Can't you dream of something more exciting at your age?
I have a feeling they've seen more than enough excitement for one life.
To put it lightly, I truly hope they soon find a place to call home.
The citizens are relatively calm for being so close to a large, dangerous weapon.
It was like that with the Azure Tree, and the days leading up to the last war, too. I think they just get that it's better to focus on how they can help rather than panic.
Humans are strong in the most unexpected ways.
You said it.
Look, is that hot water? Wasn't there when we last came through this area. You're saying this hot spring appeared out of nowhere then? Wouldn't be surprised if it was another fairy spring. What's a fairy spring? That's an unusual kind of hot spring that can appear spontaneously when there are extreme substance disturbances in the spirit veins. We saw it happen across the Empire during the Great Twilight. Right, but I never thought I'd see one in Crossbell too. It's highly surprising when you think about it. The tower is absorbing vast amounts of mana through the spirit veins themselves. That's disturbing them more than anything else. When you put it like that, it'd be confusing if there weren't consequences. That's not to say the water is dangerous because it connects to the tower though. Spirit veins are far from it. I can vouch for that. There's some mana in the water at the very least. I can recall the fairy springs we encountered in the Empire being rather relaxing. Really, I kind of want to try climbing in now. I'm not going to object to a little R&R. You, not missing an opportunity to slack off? Color me shocked. There's no harm in taking a break now then. We should feel lucky we found a spot like this. Let's keep this location in mind in case we ever want to jump in and take a soak to recharge.
We owe a lot to the people here.
Yeah. We couldn't have broken through that barricade without them.
It speaks to what all people can do when we work together.
I can only imagine.
Rufus?
The stuff on the radio sounded really scary, but I didn't cry. Daddy said he was proud of me. I bet that means Makis and Toa are proud of me too, right? That's right, those two were seeking shelter in Mainz before. I heard they helped a lot of the townspeople while they were here. You Thor's grads really getting around. I'm just searching for those blue stars, because that's the important things. It's not like in like future games where there'd be a blue star on the list, so I wouldn't have to go just physically go there, but because I know there was another spot that I needed to investigate.
How about we...
Watch out! This one's tough!
Shatter! Warhammer!
My mind is clear.
I'm going full prep!
If...
right!
I won't let you!
Payback's hell! All right. Fire! Hang in there!
Thanks.
It's my turn.
Thanks.
Thanks. It's my turn. All for one?
It's my turn!
Shatter! Warhammer!
It's my turn!
It's over!
Engaged. Yeah! Now's our chance.
Got him!
It's my turn. Now's the time. Help me out, Lloyd.
Got it! Hey!
Fire! No problem. Arcus, activate!
Not on my watch! It's my turn! I'm up! Ha! Now!
Now! All right. Yeah! They're off guard!
There!
Let's go!
Leave it to me.
Thanks. It's up!
All right.
Thanks.
It's my turn.
Shatter! Warhammer!
All right. Yeah. No problem. Payback's hell!
It's my turn!
Engage. Engaged. Leave it to me.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
Thanks. If
Don't give in!
Thanks.
No problem. Arcus, activate! It's my turn. Fire!
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm up! Let's fall back! Arcus, activate!
It's my turn.
Thanks.
No problem.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Wow, look at this fragment. It's sparkly even though it's jet black. There's different types of Zemirian ore. Black Zemirian ore, I think it's called. Yeah, we came across some of it last year as well. It's even more rigid than standard Zemirian ore, which itself is renowned for being nearly flawless. Professor Smith discovered a way in processing it too, so it should be possible to upgrade a weapon with enough of it, even here in Crossbell. That'll cool to something else. Yeah, Grandpa wasn't too happy when he heard the professor had one-upped him. Oh yeah, I forgot your Gramps was the one who found a way to refine Zemirian ore in the first place. Well, whatever, I'm not going to complain as long as we can use the stuff to make better weapons. Agreed, it'll prove useful in the battles ahead. The Aurora Institute of Technology should have the data on the refinement process. I'll have them send it over to Crossbell. Appreciate it. I'll get in touch with the local workshop so they can get up to speed on how it works. Yippee, something worth cheering about. Ooh, bolstering our offensive capabilities is never a bad thing. Though a single fragment is much too small an upgrade for even one weapon. A few more should do the trick. Let's be on the lookout for them as we travel.
Be careful! Formidable enemy spotted! Intercepting!
Shatter! Warhammer! All for one?
And one for all!
Let's go, everyone! Fire!
It's my turn.
Let's go! Arcus, activate!
Engaged!
I won't let you!
Hey, that's hell!
It's my turn!
It's over!
It's my turn. Yeah! Now's the time! Let's go, everyone!
Leave it to me!
Bam! All right. Fire!
Let's go! Ha! Now!
Now! I'm going in.
Fire!
It's my turn. It's so.
Leave it to me.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Leave it to me. Fire! Now's the time. Help me out, Void.
Leave it to me.
It's my turn! Yeah!
No problem. Fire! Now's our chance.
Got her!
Leave it to me. Arcus activate. Ugh.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
Thanks. It's so.
No problem.
Fire! Leave it to me.
I won't let you.
Fool! Now! Follow my lead!
Sir! Fire!
All right. Nice work, team.
I've got energy in spades now.
Time to ride.
Get cocky. This one's strong. Be careful.
Shatter! Warhammer!
right. All for one?
And one for all!
Let's go, everyone!
If
I'm going. Not happening. Payback's hell.
Leave it to me.
I'm up.
Leave it to me.
They're off guard. Let's go, everyone.
Leave it to me.
Roger. Fire. No problem. Now's our chance. That was perfect as perfect gets.
I'll say. Let's be sure to keep that up. Ah, that hits the spot.
Hello there, hope you aren't interrupting anything. Not at all. Though I wasn't expecting to see so many of you all at once. I trust preparations are going well? That they are. Is there anything we can help with? We're trying to uncover exactly what happened here. Actually, a few of you were involved, I believe, so you and Hemisphere may be able to help. Do I have a moment every time? I never saw myself helping the police. I still don't see it. Too much effort, so it's all you, S. Nadia. Why me in particular? Well, we found a certain something in there that we're not sure what to do with. But we thought it'd be better to figure out what happened by deciding how to approach it. I think I know what you found. I see, it does sound like a job for me then. Your cooperation is appreciated. If McLean and Lord Rufus would also share their accounts on what happened here, that would also help. You have my word that I will not press you on your backgrounds if you choose to cooperate. We'll hold you to that then. It all happened so fast, there's a lot I don't remember. Then let's hope we'll be able to fill in the gaps in your memory. I suppose I can help just this once. Him being so cooperative is weirding me out some. That's enough whispering. I have some questions for you too, you know. Well, this is part of the Monarch's regalia. But while recovering artifacts does fall under the church's purview, I'm not sure there's a point with this one so broken. Sorry about that, it wasn't much choice. It fused with the Emperor, or whatever he turned into. Well, as if it resonated with his obsession towards Swin and Nadia transforming into a monster. That can happen? There's still a lot we don't know about artifacts, but I didn't think they were capable of something like that. Wouldn't be the first time an artifact reacts to a person's thoughts. At least it's lost the ability to do that now. I see no problem in leaving it in the police's hands. Understood. We'll turn it over to the cathedral once we finish writing our report. Your information has given us a fuller picture of what went on as well. Though I do wish we had more to properly go on this to identify this Emperor individual. You're better off not thinking about it, who he is too much. Not like he'll be causing any more trouble anyway. And the organization doesn't take kindly to anyone digging into their affairs. Even we're in the dark about it, and we're part of it for a few years. Then they operate similarly to the society. First Division can't afford to turn a blind eye to criminals who operate within its borders, dangerous or not. We'll likely need to work with the Guild to keep an eye on them as much as we do Ouroboros. You'll have our full backing. I'll be sure to share what we've learned here with the other branches where I can. Can you clarify something for me? You said the Emperor who showed up wasn't the real one, right? It's a simulacrum then. Yet another one to enter the list with the Supreme Leader, McBurn, and the other Arios. It's wild to think that there's tech so advanced they can copy a guy like McBurn and not have him notice he ain't the real deal. If Elysium can calculate the future well enough to call it a prediction, then it couldn't certainly calculate a living being. But that also makes what Nadia and Swin said a little strange. Yeah, how come the replica Emperor was different from the real one? Even the way he fought against us was different. The biggest one was him being willing to overlook our betrayal. The Emperor we know would stop at nothing to see us dead, and for that same offense. He's the type to take pleasure in seeing someone kill their own partner. He never missed a chance to make us feel the worst possible pain imaginable. But then why would Elysium choose to realize him the way he did? If it really is capable of analyzing a person's makeup down to the very last detail and knowing the future, why would such obvious tells that give the replica away to anyone familiar with the original be part of their decision? That's a good question. There's no logic behind an AI choosing to calculate any replica that way. This is gonna sound weird, but work with me here. Say we failed to kill him the first time around, what do you think he would have done? He probably would have considered us his finest tools for being able to corner him as much as we did. Then he'd brainwash us so we'd never act out of line again. So I guess there are scenarios where he'd forgive us, is what you're trying to say. And if he could think that, then it makes sense for the replica to think that way. My head's starting to hurt. Sorry, saying stuff like this isn't me at all. Not like there's any point to talking what ifs. I don't know whether this relates to your case, but there is no such thing as true perfection in this world. At least it may appear that way to us, but it's likely no exception. I agree, and I imagine that's what Prince Oliver and the others hope to exploit through their plan. You'll be taking part in the operation too, won't you, Dudley? Yes, although only in a supporting role. The true keys to success will be all of you. I may not be able to accompany you this time, Bannings, but I still expect you to do your utmost to ascertain the truth. You look after them, McLean. I'll be sure to keep them safe in your and Guy's place. I'll get us your answer, Detective. Count on it. After bidding farewell to Detective Dudley and Officer France, they resumed their preparations.
Watch out!
Got you! This one's strong. Be careful.
Shatter! Warhammer! All for
It's my turn. All for one.
I'm going. It's my turn. Ah.
Bye.
Great work on that one, guys.
Yeah, I did it! I'm so glad Murray pulled through. You must have been biting your nails the whole operation.
I knew her time wasn't up, but still. Yeah, I should pay her a visit since I'm here.
Yes, because you just happened to be here.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll just happen to make myself scarce to go say hi to everyone else.
They really need to go out of the way to do this when I'm sure the situation at Michelin isn't great either. Still, I'm happy they did. That was so sweet of them. I'm worried about what happened, but it's hard to stay glum when people are trying so hard to cheer us up. Good job, Michette, whatever your name is. Oh, it's good to see you all. I was expecting you to show up eventually. As I told you earlier, the First Lieutenant Marielle's surgery went as planned. Though she's far from being discharged, we'll be monitoring her condition for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I figured. We owe you big time, Doc. Isn't that great news, Randy? I think it's a huge weight off everyone's shoulders to hear she'll be alright. Yes, even as someone not from Crossbell, I can appreciate the sacrifice she made. Let me echo Randy's sentiment. We can't thank you enough, Dr. Salin. I didn't expect to find you here, Lind. Did you come straight here after you heard the city was liberated? Yes, Vivian and I accompanied Hugo and his group to Crossbell. We're still Thor's alumni at the end of the day. We want to pitch in even if we can't fight on the front lines with all of you. Rest assured that Muriel is in good hands. We'll see that she and the other CGF members and police officers here get better. We would really appreciate that. So, Mr. Orlando, what would you like to do now? She's not conscious yet, but her condition is stable. I can allow you a brief visit. Are you serious? Would I jest? Besides, there have been numerous accounts of comatose patients being able to hear others' voices. It's possible your visit could help her condition further. Thank you, Doctor. We appreciate the gesture. Should we go visit Marielle then? We'll take you up on that. Very well then. All I ask is that you keep your voices down. There's still other patients in the building. Will do. If you follow us then. Should we go too? It doesn't have anything to do with us. True, but we may as well go out of respect. I agree. I want to see how she's doing too. Then it's settled. Let's accompany them. Hey, Marielle. Her color's looking a lot better now. Yeah, and her breathing stabilized. Vitals too, she's pulled through the worst of it. Thank goodness. Yeah. Sounds like her condition was severe, but the goddess watched over her. Same doc worked on the Emperor too, right? She knows her stuff. The rest will be up to her at this point, but she'll be fine, I'm sure. The CGF are no pushovers. Exactly, the best thing we can do is believe. They don't care about her so much. I wonder if I'm capable of thinking of others the way they do. Thanks for all you've done for us, Marielle. So take good rest. We'll keep on from here. Randy? Marielle? Make sure you come back, you idiot. If I don't have you, I still haven't told you anything. Don't worry, she only fell back asleep. She shouldn't even be trying to talk. I tried telling her that. She's always pushing it. But hey, it's only a matter of time. You're not the only one who's got stuff to talk about. You'll have the chance soon, I'm sure. Just another reason we got to make this operation a success, right? Yeah, I'm feeling more fired up about it than it was before even. We'll see when it's all said and done, alright? We'll take care of business, and then it's right back to before you know it. Well, her condition is stable, and anything could still happen. I'll continue keeping a close eye on her. You can come see her again whenever you like. You have my permission. Well, thanks a million. Yeah, just doing my job. As for the other patient... Is that Ilya? I did receive word that she was brought here. Correct, she's in this building. Cecile should be watching her at the moment. You're welcome to go and see her if you'd like. Really? Thank you. Mind if we come along? I'd like to know how she's doing, yeah. We're coming with. Just try not to bug anyone. I need to check in on my other patients, so I'll leave you to it. Take care, alright? I'm still especially worried about you, Reen, given all the changes you've gone through, but I trust you'll know when it's too much. I'll let you know if I need anything. Thanks, Lind. After saying their goodbyes to Lind, they were left to their own devices once again. You have nothing to worry about, I promise. I will personally see to it that she's discharged and safe and healthy. As a matter of fact, the mumbling you heard earlier can be taken as a sign that she's beginning to regain consciousness. That's a huge relief. I'm trusting on this one, Doc. For now, our job is to make sure what we do needs to be done and come back safely to ourselves. Together, we can do this. Oh, hell no. You need to stay in bed. How many times do I need to tell you that I'm fine? You're such a worrywart. Oh. Yo, couldn't have come at a better time. Hello, everyone. Didn't think you'd be paying me a visit so soon. You're looking even better than I expected. It's such a relief. I've got to agree with Sully. You're probably still running on adrenaline. You should get some rest. Not to mention the psychological toll those masks are said to take on the wearers. No one could blame you for staying in bed while you can. Honestly, a hospital bed is the last place I want to be after how long it took to complete my rehab. I thought I was finally ready to take the stage again after 2 long years, but I also got in my head that Crossbell could never be the same until I did it. That must have been my mistake. No one forced me to put the mask on, so I share as much of the blame. What do you mean? Where's this coming from? I've been filled with the desire to make my performances bigger and better for as long as I can remember. The more time I spent away from the stage, the bigger those dreams got, until I wanted to put the biggest show ever. One so big that it would enrapture everyone, every living person in Crossbell. That would seem completely impossible for anyone else but you. In other words, the role you played was a perfect match because it was what you wanted for yourself to begin with. It's starting to click now. Yeah, that certainly makes sense when you put it that way. I could tell there was a part of you that was concerned with putting on an entertaining performance even when you were fighting us. That doesn't mean the dancer is who you really are. So what? You're not just gonna mope around and feel sorry for yourself, are you? Maybe you have made a real mess of things, and yeah, Arctic Hill's future might be a lot muddier now. You're the one who taught me that the only way to fix your screw-ups is by working hard and improving. Sully? She has a point. I also think it would be unfair to ignore how reliant Crossbell has become on you as a role model. That's a feeling we all know too well. We let it cloud our judgments just the same. Sure as hell did take our word for it. It's worth it to stick it out and make things right instead of walking away. We want you to take the stage again, but it doesn't have to be as a symbol of Crossbell. Just be yourself, the best performer there ever was. Yeah, I've been dying to see you make your comeback, just because I want to see you perform again. And some of us still haven't had the pleasure, so we want to see you in your element too. I can't deny that it feels like we missed out. Yeah, I want to see you on stage with my very own eyes. I do believe the audience has spoken. I don't know what to say. You're right, me give up, going to early retirement? I would never. I'm Ilya Pletier, a favorite dancer. To perform is to breathe. There is no place in this world I belong more than the stage. I'm going to take responsibility for my role what's happened. And I've paid my dues. I'm going to show each and every one of you the show of a lifetime. I've lost time to make up for as soon as I get out of here. Better yet, I'll put the new moves I've learned as a Duskin dancer to good use. You will? I'm hardly surprised. Every time this woman falls, she gets back up stronger than ever. Of course she does. That's what makes her Ilya. But I hope you aren't forgetting the doctor's orders. You need to take it easy for a while and recover your stamina. Yeah, I almost forgot. Get some rest, you maniac. I know. As much as I don't want to stay in another hospital bed, I can't begin to clean up my mess until I recover. Nevertheless, my point still stands. You all don't need to worry your pretty little heads over me. All I ask is you promise to do what I can right now. All I ask is you promise to do what I can't right now. Fight your butts off. It's a promise. Yeah, don't worry. We'll take care of things. Get well soon. We'll see you once this is all over.
Time to ride.
Looks tough. We'll need to be careful.
You gonna fight that? Is it worth the effort?
Careful. That one looks tough.
Damn, I didn't refilm my CP and I don't want to go all the way back. I guess I could go back there. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Looks like I won't be able to get to the main dungeon this stream, but I'll end it the next time. But I should get all the other stuff out of the way.
It's my turn.
I'm up.
Engaged.
Let's go. Time to ride.
Oh, that enemy looks like a handful.
Get cocky, and that one'll knock you on your ass.
Watch out. This one's tough.
Shatter! Warhammer! All for one?
And one for all!
I'm going...
It's up.
Not happening. Payback's hell.
It's my turn. All for one?
Not happening. Payback's hell.
My mind is clear.
I'm going full throttle. Great work on that one, guys.
Man, you guys were super cool!
Now we see. This one's strong. Be careful.
Shatter! Warhammer!
Let's go. For what?
No problem.
Mine.
I'm going full.
If.
Payback's hell.
Don't give in!
Thanks.
All right. Shatter! Warhammer! It's my turn.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
If.
Leave it to me. They're off guard.
There. It's my turn. Yeah.
I'm going in. Fire! An opening.
Got him. I'm up.
It's my turn. Arcus activate.
Not happening. Payback's hell.
That ought to do it. Man, you guys were super cool.
Hey! Phew. That was refreshing.
Everyone's just about evacuated by now.
Yeah, though my dad said something about him needing to tie up a few loose ends first.
Why don't we take another close look at the terminal we found in the Castle of Mirrors?
Already did that, Reed.
Now then.
You did what? I must be hearing things because it sounded like you just said you went to Nord to follow up on a lead on the missing prince. That's why you skipped the signing ceremony? You're out of your mind. I'm sorry, info was sensitive, so I couldn't risk telling anyone. My bad, I didn't mean to worry you so much. But thanks to that, I got tons of leads on the EDS movements in Erebonia and up-close coverage on Prince Oliver. Scoops galore. Not that we'll be able to publish any of it. Much of it. I'm just gonna cut my losses. I know better than to try to rein you in. Come to think of it, I read everything that you published in the special issue. Talk about articles with impact. Hey, I've got pride as a journalist too. I just did what I could. I've had to write for the special issue, help with the liberation operation, and do a lot of location coverage. I'm completely beat. Come on, where's the Crossbell Times fire in your belly? You guys are killing it. Keep up this roll and the next special issue should be a real gem. Did you just say next special issue? Hey, just so happens Prince Oliver has a few tricks up his sleeve, so we're going to have a lot more work to do. Up and at him, Reigns. We've got to scope out the perfect spot to take photos and footage from. I mean, I did hear from one of my contacts that he was up to something, but I didn't think that it would lead me to doing more coverage. Wait, we're going now? They really needed to keep this song in this area, because the jukeboxes play like the classic songs from the older games. Let's see what the kids are up to. I knew you could do it, Lloyd. The other police officers told us you were the leader of the big operation. Thank you for saving us. I wouldn't call myself the leader per se. There were a whole bunch of people, so some you know, some you might not, like people from Erebonia. Exactly, there's still work to be done. That means you're up, okay? We need you, the JSSS around to pick up our slack. Frankly, you kids are more on top of it than most adults around here. Damn right, Teal wasn't kidding around. I'll need you guys to look after Ken and Nana for me, okay? But remember, if things get too scary, it's still brave to run to safety as fast as you can. We are the guild will make sure to come to your rescue. Yeah, okay, we'll help, but we won't get too crazy either. Yeah, be careful, okay? Phew, I think we're finally done with our cleanup work, so well done, Oscar, Bennett. That was quite the firefight we had outside the bakery. At least now we can finally reopen business, right, Bennett? Right, it's certainly been long enough. Still only a matter of time until this brief calm is shattered again. What do you mean? In the end, Crossbell can't survive without Supreme Leader Rufus to guide us. Uh-oh, she's getting possessed again. We're so close to attaining everlasting peace. Why must the police and the CGF keep trying to prevent that? Annette, take a breath. What the heck has gotten into you? What's getting into me? How can you be so ignorant, Dad? You've seen that tower. As long as we have that, nobody will think twice about trying to lay a hand on Crossbell ever again. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? No, not Bennett, too. Oh, hey, you guys. Thanks for coming to everyone's aid once again. I'm sorry to say that we're a little preoccupied at the moment. We're not open for business yet. I think we've got more pressing issues than opening the bakery right now, Oscar. Is Bennett alright? Well, as I'm sure you've noticed, the rest of the townspeople are back to normal thanks to you guys freeing everyone. But for some reason, Bennett still hasn't snapped out of it. Oh no, that poor girl. I guess the effects of the brainwashing haven't worn off her yet. Yes, although such cases are quite unusual. Maybe somehow the brainwashing resonated so deeply with her mind that it failed to wear off when it did for everyone else. Is such a thing really possible? I think so. The brainwashing probably controlled people by amplifying whatever anxieties they already had deep down. If so, Bennett must have been carrying some serious worries about something. That could explain why her mind still seems to be shackled by its effects. When you put it like that, I have noticed that Bennett's been a real worrywart for a while now. She kept making me swear I wouldn't go off and do something dangerous, maybe because I got injured during the war. That has to be it, I imagine. She must have thought that if another war broke out and you got drafted again, you would really never come back. I could see that being the root of the cause of all this. Yeah, the brainwashing happened to hit at the worst time and it spiraled out of control. Damn, the real question is, how do we help her? It's okay, Lloyd, don't worry about it. I think I have an idea of what to do. Those of us at the bakery have our own unique approach to solving problems. And by that you mean... Yep, I'm gonna bake some special new bread just for her and have her eat it. This won't be any old baguette either. The flavor's been going to be so out of this world, it'll bring her back to her senses. Pretty lofty aspirations for a loaf of bread, if you ask me. Well, I suppose we won't know until we try, even if I am more than a little skeptical. Actually, I think he's onto something. But it's a baker too. If Oscar can somehow deliver a shock to her system that speaks to that pride, it could finally cure her. If there's anyone out there capable of such a feat, it's certainly Oscar. Well, I'm convinced. Actually, I've been preparing to make this bread just in case it came to this. Who knows how well it'll work. But it's definitely worth a shot. The only problem is I'm having trouble finding all the ingredients I need. It's going to take some more time to track them down. I'm sorry to make you wait, but hang in there just a little longer. Hold on, Oscar. Let us help. We can track down what you need. Are you sure? You guys must have your hands full getting ready for the next big operation. Do you really have the time? That's irrelevant. At this point, we won't be able to concentrate on the operation until we get things sorted out. What he said. We'd rather not have any regrets once the plan's underway. As much as I'd rather not have another thing to worry about, I guess I could deign to help too. Us too, count us in. As long as we get some of that yummy new bread for ourselves, I'm happy to lend a hand. You guys, I don't know what I did to deserve this. Thank you. Now, since you've been kind enough to offer, I owe you big time if you score me some native blueberries, bellberries. Yeah, I'm curious to know. I've obviously heard of bellberries, but it's a common enough ingredient, but native ones? See, most of the bellberries you can find certainly are artificially cultivated. Native bellberries grow in the wild. Not only are they hardier, but they possess a different flavor too. They've become trickier to harvest lately, though. Maybe local vegetation has changed or something. I asked people who know the area around Armorica, and even people around travel Maine's mountain path to come up empty-handed. In that case, they could be growing somewhere along Ursula Road. Let's try searching some of the places we haven't seen much human activity recently. We may have some luck in that way. Smart thinking. Thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you for all the time, taking the time to do this. I'll leave the procuring the berries to you. Let's see. That's not this. That was that hot spring. But I might as well recharge now that I'm here.
Time to ride.
Didn't realize how much I was hurting.
Oh, that enemy looks like a handful.
Oh, these look like wild strawberries. They're shaped like bells, definitely bellberries, which means this must be the new native variant. This is what Oscar was searching for. Who would have thought we'd find them in one of our old field exercise camps? I thought it was here. It's been just under a year since then. Looks like they took root and bore fruit in the interim. There's something kind of poignant about it all. Totally, I get that. Anyhow, looks like we found what we came for. Let's get them back to Oscar. Very good idea, Yuna. We got the berries. Hey folks, did my eyes deceive me, or did you? We sure did, we found the berries. Handed over the native bellberries. Great, this is just what I was looking for. I knew I could count on you guys. I can explain. This new bread I'm about to make is tweaked using a tweaked version of a recipe that's near and dear to me. It's been a while since I made it. It's hard to get the berries to mesh with the natural yeast while bringing out their tartness. Sounds like tough work, but the end result must be worth the effort. I'm sure we all can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm excited to see what it looks like. So much fuss over bread of all things. Well, now that I got everything I need, it's time to roll up my sleeves and get baking. You guys mind waiting a bit? It won't take long to finish. No problem, take your time. We'll be waiting with bated breath to see what comes out of the oven. 30 minutes later. It smells rather nice. Yeah, like sweet milk and bellberries. Plus something else, I'm not sure what, but it smells familiar somehow. Is that? There we are, all done. Wonderful, you're finally finished making it? That's right, I just took it out of the oven. Not to be melodramatic, but this may well be the culmination of every experience I've had up to this point, culinary and otherwise. Wow, that's significant, huh? Now you've got me even more anxious to find out what it's like. Alright, now comes the moment of truth. What are you doing, Oscar? Today is not one of our purebred competitions. Besides, there's no way you can outbake me at this point. I put strong feelings into what I make. Back when you were injured, I opened my eyes to... Actually, never mind all that. The point is, I won't touch that bread. You can't make me eat it. You're nothing but stubborn, Bennett, I'll give you that. What do you mean I'm stubborn? You're the one who's always looking down. Prepare for assault and buttery. Oscar stuffed Burnett's mouth full of fresh, fluffy bread. Well, did it actually work? Why does this taste so good? I recognize the flavor too. Isn't this? That's right, bellberry bread made from natural yeast. It was the first recipe you ever taught me. Now, I won't deny that I still have a long way to go as a baker. On that fateful day we first spent in the kitchen, you taught me how bread could move people, make them genuinely feel things. I wanted to be able to do that for other people with my own creations. As my craft improved, I saw more and more possibilities. Being with you and your dad has taught me so much. I want to cherish the emotion I felt that first day and carry it forward. So I promise you, Bennett, Adios herself couldn't take me away, and I'd fight it. I'm not going anywhere for anything. You and I are going to carry on the bakery, you and me together, okay? Oscar, you're being serious, right? You're not going to leave me again? Of course not. I'm staying right here, that's a promise. We'll keep baking together? Yep, you and me, Bennett, you're stuck with me, like it or not. I'm gonna hold you to that, alright? You better not run off on me like that ever again. On my word, nothing matters more to me in all Zamir than you, Bennett. There's gonna be you and me working those ovens for many, many years to come, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Sound good? That sounds perfect. Oh, Bennett, I'm so happy for you. Sounds like the bread did the trick after all. Phew, I was worried that was gonna happen to her if she didn't snap out of it. Damn, who would have thought a bunch of flour and water could pack that much of an emotional punch? That'll teach me to respect my local bakery. And yeast, don't forget yeast. But yeah, no wonder Oscar feels so fondly for that bread. It's the very first recipe Vanette ever taught him. In a way, I guess you could say he played his trump card as a baker. Just goes to show, love really does conquer all, even a stubborn case of brainwashing. Yes, it was quite an impressive display of devotion on his part. Oh, to be so young and full of passion. It was about time to retire the business and leave the bakery into their capable hands. I can think of no worthier heirs, that's for sure. Thanks to Oscar's heartfelt loaf of bread, the old Vanette was finally back in action. As a precaution, Wazzy checked for any lingering trace of brainwashing and concluded it had completely vanished. Thank you so much, everyone. I couldn't have done this without your help. No problem. We're just happy to see Bennett back to normal again. Besides, you're the one who made the piece de resistance. We just found some berries for you. Maybe so, but a promise is still a promise, you know. Which means it's time to pay the piper and hail him with a nice fat slice or three, or else. Yeah, what she said. We want bread. We want bread. ADO, scram me the strength to deal with these two. Worry not, ladies. Our deal is still on the table. And now, so this is bread. Here's some extra loaves I made just for you. They're all yours. Yes, come to Mama. These are the kinds of payments that make life worth living. I'm gonna eat mine right now. Hey, slow down and leave some for the rest of us, will you? Let's find somewhere to sit so we can all enjoy it together, huh? It really does smell wonderful, though. I know, it's so nice and warm. This might be my favorite bread I've ever had. Aw, thanks. Glad to hear you like it so much. I know things are really looking crazy again, but I have to have complete faith that if anyone can get us out of this, it's you. Make sure you all come back safe and sound. We'll be here waiting to help you replenish all those carbs. I'll be sure to prime my appetite. Thanks, Oscar. We'll be back here with everyone when this is all over, we promise. The power of bread. This is the terminal we used before during our investigation into the spirit bands. Yes, Tio and I were able to conduct a long-range spiritual power search using it, but this terminal has certainly seen better days. I can explain that. It was destroyed by exploding archaism shortly before the signing ceremony, sadly. I intended to put it in a repair order request but with the Epstein Foundation, but then, well, you know. Right, I almost forgot. Is something wrong, Lloyd? Would it be possible for you to still search through the terminal's data? It's fine if that's all that's left of fragments and traces. I just don't want to leave any stone unturned. I suppose. There may not be much left to salvage, but I'll see what I can do. Would the three of you mind giving me a helping hand? I could use at least this help too. Okie dokie. This should be interesting. I knew the second one was here. I feel like we've seen this name before. Yeah, at the military factory. Project Babel. We don't have any leads on what it could be the first time we came across it. I doubt it has nothing to do with the Retributive Tower though. This project was likely led to its creation. Is there any data on the project itself? Nothing left that can be analyzed, sadly. The memory port was heavily damaged. However, there are some records on the new Zalber's sold-out models connected to the project that can still be read. According to this, they were designed and sent into production in August of last year before the whole war began. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, right, that doesn't make any sense. final trigger that led to Elysium's creation came on the first day of the war, didn't it? Yes, without a doubt, that's when the wheels were set in motion. But if this record is to be believed, that Helmord and Asmodean existed before the war, that's impossible. Confirmed that as one of the Operation Jormungandr's leaders. Rest assured, we would have deployed such weapons if we had them. No one's refuting that. Though it would mean that the information on this memory force is incorrect, either deliberately or by mistake. All the records here seem to be up though. Maybe our big takeaway should be that if they had been made before the war, then this is what the files would look like? Doesn't change the fact that the tower is already active, and none of this information is doing us any good. It'd be one thing if there was a lead on how to disable it, but coming up empty-handed like this is really a waste of time. I've got to disagree with you there. Any information is valuable at this stage. Process is a process. Though you're right about time being of the essence, we found all we can here, so let's get back to the surface. The data shouldn't exist. Discrepancies with simulacra and prophetic conditional convergence calculations. It feels like the pieces are finally starting to come together. All that's left is to confront the true culprit behind everything. We've done it before and we'll do it again. We'll solve this case. You just watch, guy. Yeah, see, I knew it, because you gotta find that thing and the thing at the terminal, and that way when you go to the final dungeon and you get to the end, Lloyd has his big moment. So fighting all those monsters technically wasn't necessary, but it was fun. Hey, you Becky? Hugo? What are you doing here? Long time no see, Reed. Why the dramatics? Isn't it obvious? We're here to conduct business. Chairman Morse told me Crossbell was short on supplies due to how limited distribution was during the occupation. I figured they could use a hand in the city once the city was liberated, so I brought as many goods as I could wrangle up. Even Adela and her farm pitched in. One sour thing is I was running around the Empire making my preparations. This jerk had to go and spot me. Please, you know as well as I do, cooperating was the right thing to do. I never would have had gotten a low enough price on the necessities to hand it out if not for Kleist & Co. Why, you little... Works out swimmingly for us, too. We've been hoping to gain ground in Crossbell Market again. It took quite a bit of mirror, but I'm glad we're back in the good graces of their Business Owners Association. You do realize that sort of talk makes you sound like you haven't learned your lesson. You two are the same as ever. Anyway, we'll be cooperating as best we can in the operation. We've already spoken to the RMP and have a little surprise prepared. Such is the life being Thor's graduates. Let us know if there's anything any more we can do to help, Reed. I will, thanks a lot. These two are gonna get married at some point. Hey Noe, hey everyone. You came to pay Mom a visit too? Grant told me all about the mission to stop the tower. You two and the SSS will be taking part, won't you? You're fine with going up against something so dangerous? Mom. I've seen you two often in danger countless times. I know you'll come home to me. That doesn't stop a mother from worrying. I won't sugarcoat it, this is a dangerous mission, but that doesn't mean we're out of hope. More importantly, if we don't put a stop to that tower, we may lose Crossbell for good this time. I have to do this, Mom. I have to see this through, even to the end. Even if it means pushing myself to the limit. No, he's right. I feel the same way. I never had to navigate an operation like this from the water, but I'm going to do everything I can to make this mission work. I won't tell you not to worry about us, Mom, but all I want is for you to know that we'll be coming home. Oh, Noel, I know you will. I can see it in your eyes. I must sound like a broken record at this point, but I'll never stop believing in you. Best of luck, you two. I'll see you soon. See you soon too, Mom. Just watch us. I swear on my police badge that we're going to pull this off. There you are, Instructor. I've been wondering where you were. What's up? Hey, perfect timing. How so? We just managed to get in touch with the Bracelet Guild HQ in Lamont State. The Supreme Leader went and declared war, so now the Guild has to gather forces to step in. Just another factor that puts how dire the situation is into perspective. The Guild is acknowledging that it relates to the entire continent by getting involved. Well, it's not like everyone here represents the Guild or anything. Some people just like to stick their noses in other people's business. Why, whatever do you mean? I really thought it would be best if I could help the Bracelet Guild and the Rhineford coordinate. The Rhineford group will be more than happy to provide as much equipment and information as possible, naturally. I hate to admit it, but it'll be a huge load off our shoulders. Even that special train they set up between here and the Empire has the work of the Rhineford Kleiston Company, so I've had to hand it to them. You mean the one bringing supplies in? Can't deny it's gone a long way into calming down the chaos in the city. Not that it will last. Things are only going to get worse until we do something about that tower. So it really stings that we can't expect any help from abroad soon. I know, HQ is one thing, but getting in touch with each country's branch has been tough with all the chaos. I wouldn't expect anyone to make it on their own, seeing as the mass transit is still down. So I'm not giving up just yet. I'll keep in contact with who I can reach to have us all on the same page. That would go a long way. Thanks, Michael. We're gonna give it our all, too. Exactly, let's keep making our final preparations, not leave anything undone before we begin our operation. Good thinking. We should all make sure not to neglect our equipment either. 9 Volleys right across the street, so we can drop by and stock up soon. God, let's get this done, people. Alright, well, that's about it for me. I got all the side stuff done, and I gotta get to work, so we'll have to save the world tomorrow. Well, so I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Once again, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and all that. And if you're watching this on Twitch, I'd appreciate a follow. Anyways, have a good day, everyone.
Okay.